the Canadian College Soccer Championships here in Cornwall, Prince Edward Island. Langara College lead by a 1-0, scored almost on the stroke of half-time. A free kick by number 10, Merlin Fisk, that somehow found its way either through or around the wall. Deceived goalkeeper Singh, winning it off the post. And John, they've dug in, they worked hard, Langara. Humber
They've been
have
feisty,
chances.
the Falcons. They've been feisty.
Certainly Humber have had chances.
It did go through the wall, too. I was talking to some folks there at halftime, and they said it went right through the wall.
Certainly goalkeeper Singh was visibly annoyed, I guess, have to say it, with his defence there for allowing the ball to get through, but get through it did. It deceived the goalkeeper, and that's the difference between the two teams right now. So let's go see what happens in the second half. We'll let you know of any changes. We don't see any right now. And the Hawks now are going to come out even more doubly determined in their white shirts, kicking from left to right. They do have the wind in their favour this half, John, and as we've seen, the wind is a crucial factor today. And here's a chance on the turn by who's pitching in. So the wind could be the third factor here this afternoon.
I think that it will be, and the Hawks have started up very quickly trying to take advantage of it. They seem to have pushed a few more players further forward, or at least are anxious to get forward. We'll see how that works out for them.
Tillotson with the throw down the line. Ball goes out. There's Green. Had a good first half. The right fullback. Back to Tillotson though. Langara try and build something. Nice touch by Otter. Number 15 there, Hempel. Trying to win the ball. Ferrazzo. Goes back to number 5, Fayun.
Good pressure there by the front line of the Falcons.
Here's Leal. Tries to swing the ball across, looking for Hoylett. Good play there. Hoylett gets a touch on it. Got a little bit of space. Looks up. Leal continues the run to his left. He's also got runners on the outside of him. Tries the shot right-footed. Not enough power, John, and
right at the keeper.
And Monk, who we saw in the first half, was up to the task with some fine saves.
For those who may have just joined us there at halftime, Monk with a sensational penalty shot save to keep a clean sheet for the Falcons.
Penalty arose after he was adjudged to have fouled Hoylett. It was Hoylett who got up, took the penalty, but it was Monk who came out on top. Once again, there's some strong tackling going on in the midfield. That's Leal battling with number 2, Ratcliffe. Here is Hoylett, again showing a good pair of heels. Good play there by the number 9. Miller comes across and a good tackle.
Yeah. Good defensive play there by the back line of the Falcons.
I was impressed with them in the first half. The centre-backs for the Falcons managed to do a good job. But they're going to have some more defending to do, and you think they're going to have a lot of defending to do in this second half. The College Hawks, the Ontario champions. Renowned pedigree at the national championships, trying to get back on level terms. Good ball in and over the top.
I thought that was going in the top corner, Nick.
Just sailed over there. And immediately we're seeing some response from the Hawks, who probably had a little bit of a talking to, maybe, from the coach at half-time.
Yeah, they mean business here. We're seeing that in the opening minutes of the second half.
He was pitching in with the header, and it just landed on top of the net. Fooled John next to me, but it didn't fool me.
There's a little bit more pressure here now from the Hawks. They're beginning to push the Falcons a little bit.
Here's Hoylett. Good defending. That's number 3 there on the far side. Asha Kumar. Langara trying, big strong challenge there by Medeiros.
I don't know if that looked like he ran right into him. And
I think the referee, I'm not sure whether he actually gave the foul. It was certainly a good, strong, hard challenge. I think it's going to be a drop ball. I think the referee was just concerned that maybe there was maybe a bit of a head injury, possibly.
Yeah. Well, they both bounced back up. I think they'll both be okay, but
that's the type of game we've got here now. I don't think any favours are going to be asked, and there's going to be no favours given by either team as they both strive for this place in the semi-finals of the national championships.
No one's taking any prisoners.
And Medeiros seems to still be in trouble, and he's gone down again.
Might be got in the ribs, maybe, I think.
Yeah, I think it looked... He certainly came through hard. I think it was maybe Hempel that he came through on.
Yeah, it was a real collision.
And right now it seems to be the Humber centre-back that's come off worse. He's getting to his feet again. The players told the trainer not to come on. They don't want to see him have to leave the field.
This may favor the Falcons here. They're just going to get a breather after a real push by the Hawks at the start of the second half. That just kind of give them a chance to collect themselves and be ready.
Headed away by Miller, who was very impressive in the first half. The number 9 for the Falcons. Number 9, James Miller, 6'2", from Tsawwassen, British Columbia, first-year player.
Yeah. The Falcons have come out here in the second half. They've kind of absorbed a little bit of pressure from the Hawks, and they're ready to go. They're ready to rumble here.
Certainly got something to hold on to in this second half. That goal by Fisk right on the stroke of half time, as we said, has really put the wind in the sails of the team from Vancouver. They're going to get themselves another throw in on this near side. Leal, that's a good ball looking for Hoylett. If he can keep it in, showed some good pace.
And he covered that 30 yards. That was fantastic.
Good play there. Trying to cut inside. Goes down. No, says referee Blanchette.
I thought he was pointing to the penalty spot there for a moment, but it was just pointing the goal kick. Hoylett went down for the fact that he's so big and strong. He went down too easily there. He didn't fool the referee. He might have been looking for a penalty.
I think he just overrun the ball a little bit too. So referee Blanchette already given the striker from Humber 1 penalty. Needed to be a bit more convinced if he was going to give them a second one.
I've been impressed by Fayun there on the back line for the Hawks. He's been pretty steady today.
Now they try and get something going on the far side. It's Badunas back to Leal.
Couldn't keep it in.
Ota. That's a good ball, looking forward. He's going to get there, and Singh had to be very quick off his goal line.
Yep.
In the end, he just managed to get ahead.
Oh, that Miller, man, he's been sharp.
Another strong play again by the centre-back. Ota, nice skills. Look at that there. Oh, he goes down, tripped.
Beautiful dancing feet there by Oda, getting away from 2 or 3 attempts to bring him down. And eventually was brought down, but illegally, and it's a free kick.
Machado judged to have fouled him. This time though it's overrun. That did take the wind, and that's going to be a throw in to Humber. No signs yet of any changes by either coach. There, ball gets played into the midfield. Here's Ota now with the chance to bring the ball forward, played into the feet of Eke. Eke turns, good play there. Here's Fisk running on, and once again, I think Mr. Green, likes to tackle there, John, I think. Do you, the number 11? Cody Green?
He likes to stick his nose in.
Yeah, looks a good, hard, rugged player.
Yeah.
The flag had already gone up anyway for offside. We are going to see a change in a moment by Humber. That's look, Hoylett's going to get there. He's got Ashok Kumar on the far side and Ratcliffe, but he's got his way through there. His ball's played back. Oh, and Machado with the shot. It's blocked.
What a key block that was.
Again, it was good work by Hoylett, who's the danger man. There's no question for the Humber Hawks. Played forward by Green.
Nice shielding there.
Well played there. Unfortunately, the pass by Piccinini went out. We are going to see a change in just a couple of minutes. Here's Green battling with Fisk. Green goes down.
Might have been that injury that the back line suffered there for the Hawks.
And Green staying down. He's holding his knee. We're all going to get a change for Humber. Into the game comes number 14, Julian Mullin, and it's Thomas Balicki who's actually gone off. So Balicki takes a seat, and in comes Mullin. Machado, oh, too hard. So the first change by the Humber Hawks in this second half. So we come up to 11 minutes. Still 1-0 to the Langara College Falcons. Good ball to the far post. It's going to bounce here. If you can drive it in.
Yeah. Falcons have really grown into the game, Nick, in the second half. They've come to the cream is rising to the top here.
They've got something to hold on to, and they're determined to hold on to it. But the Hawks are going to be really pushing as hard as they can in this second half. There's no question about that. But they do have the wind in their sails, Langara, and Eke's gone down, and that didn't sound too good. And there's a yellow card. And Eke stays on the floor. It was a yellow card there to number 6, Badunas. He seemed to...
It's a real hatchet job, that one. He just chopped him down.
He came down maybe on the back of his ankle, possibly.
He's bounced back though. Look, he's ready to go. Oh, there's a little bit of
argy-bargy going on in the.
I guess they're just trying to defend their player. Eke is one of the top players for the Falcons, and they were his teammates were letting the Hawks defenders know they don't like that kind of play.
And referee Blanchette's going to also have a chat with one of the Falcons.
Cool it, I think, is his message.
Because Guedes, and he's on a yellow card, the number 21.
Yeah.
So he does need to cool it. You're right. A good referee, and there was no need to take any further action. He dealt with the initial foul by Badunas. And now we've got an issue of players not getting back 10 yards. It always elicits lots of shouting and players and coaches. But once again, it's the Falcons who are on the attack now. Ooh, bit of a dive in there, but he came away with the ball. Hawks have got to keep their heads here, John. They need to play their way back into this, and another wrestling match, and another foul, and another free kick to Langara.
This might be the toughest test that the Hawks have faced this season.
Ferrazzo with the foul, and they're going to make another change. And into the game is Alex Baez, who's going to come in. Another one of those Brampton, Ontario natives that we talked about in the first half. Number 22, Baez, is coming on.
Substitution for Humber into the game.
And it's Machado that's gone off. So Machado has gone off, and into the game is Alex Baez.
It's a dangerous spot for a free kick if you can get it through the wind. He does.
Ball's bouncing around. Leal.
Chance to counter.
It's the midfield. Bit of a heavy touch. Hampel's there. He goes down. Hawks come away with the ball. Ball's played in. There's a foul there on Piccinini by Miller, and he's going to get a yellow card. So everyone's getting in the action, John. Referees, players.
Yeah, a lot more arm tackles. We're seeing a lot more arm tackles now, Nick.
Just pulled him back there. Could have been a dangerous moment. I think Miller knew that he was beaten. And in the end, he had to pull back. The number 19.
The tension is rising here in Cornwall at the Canadian Collegiate Athletic Association Men's National Championship between the Humber Hawks and the Langara Falcons. Falcons up by a score of 1-0 on a beautiful free kick by Fisk, and they're up 1-0 and making a stand, but almost the same kind of a free kick situation, Nick, as we saw the Falcons score. And let's see if Humber can do some business here on a pretty well the same situation.
It's the opposite number 10. It's Leal who's going to take it. Wonder what he's going to do with this, John. Over the wall into the top corner, maybe.
Top right-hand corner, I think he's looking.
Went low.
Ooh.
And that wasn't too far away.
No.
The goalkeeper wasn't entirely behind that, I didn't think. In the end, it went harmlessly past the post.
Yeah, he kept it low, and he got around the wall, but it was just about a yard wide of that of the upright.
So 15 minutes into the second half, it's still as it was at half-time, with Langara leading by a 0-0 over Humber. It's Humber that are asking the questions right now, and here's the main man, Hoylett, coming in on his left-hand side. He goes down, and a penalty is given this time. The penalty is given, the second one that referee Blanchett has given this afternoon in favour of the Hawks.
Yeah, I don't think they can complain there. He's been a real handful the entire game, Hoyle. He's just been, they haven't been able to handle him.
He looks a little bit, he reminds me almost of Lukaku when he comes in and he's got that head of steam behind him.
Yeah.
So this time it's going to be Leal to take it. This for the equalising goal. What can Monk do this time?
Yeah, beautiful. Right in the bottom corner.
This time there's no mistake. No mistake. So the equalising goal for Humber.
Humber goal scored by number 10, Federico Leal.
So Federico Leal puts the Hawks back on level terms after a foul on Hoylett. And you think if the second half, the Falcons have got to get a grip there and be closer, somehow find a way of stopping the number 9 Hoylett from doing that and creating these problems, because he is the one that seems to have all of the answers for the Hawks.
Yeah, and we should mention, now that the game is tied 1-1, Nick, we should mention that if the game does end 1-1 after 90 minutes or whatever long added time on at the end, they go straight to penalties. There's no extra time, only extra time in the gold medal games. The referees told me before the tournament got underway. So if this one ends 1-1, it goes straight to penalties. No added time, no extra time, no overtime. Right to sudden death.
I've got a problem here for one of the Hawks. I think it's pitching Ian that's going to be coming off. And into the game comes number 23.
Baldassare.
Luca Baldassare. Luca Baldassare is coming on. So the third change we've seen in the second half by the Hawks.
Substitution for Humber into the game, number 23, Luca Baldassare.
So Baldassare's in.
19, Jordan Pickenen.
So Pickenen is off. The Hawks are level. And it's all to play for, John.
Now let's see who wants it the most. They come down to 50-50 balls. Who's going to head the ball? Who's going to get to the ball first? Should be some fireworks here.
Let's head it away. Here's Green. Played inside for Atso. Got Ota next to him. Good play again by the Langara midfielder. Ball's played down the line, and that's going to help. That's going to be a throw in now to Humber. So we come up to 19 minutes played in the second half. We're all tied up. Humber College Hawks 1, Langara College Falcons 1. In a sunny but windy Cornwall PEI here. Once again, we're delighted to be bringing you the broadcast for this game. Thank you once again, everybody that's joining in and hopefully enjoying the game as much as we are, especially those that are viewing from BC and also from Ontario. Referee's whistle goes again.
Yeah. Referee blew that one down. Hoylett was grabbing.
kept a good grip of the game, I think. Referee Blanchette, there's been some good tackles, or some heavy tackles, shall we say.
It's been physical.
It has. Both teams, though, have a big prize to play for. Referee's letting them get on with it within reason. Oops.
Ooh.
It wasn't Marlon Fisk's best moment of the game so far.
No, it was a whiff. It was what they call an air shot these days, I think. The Falcons have really acquitted themselves very well here today. They came into the game a bit of an underdog, being a wild card to get into the tournament, and they've given Humber all they wanted.
Falcons not nationally ranked. The only team in this competition not ranked. And that's gone over the crossbar by Leal. They're certainly giving the Hawks more than enough to deal with this afternoon. As we said, they did medal in 2001, the Langara College Falcons. Last appearance at a national championship, 2006. But they're not here to make up the numbers, that's for certain.
One of the things they've got going for them is their speed. They've been pretty quick moving the ball and chasing balls down.
Good battle there, here's Leal. Having a big influence in this second half. Ferrazzo, nice turn back. Is he going to hit it with his left foot? He does. It's blocked. I think it hit his own player. Here's Hoylett. This time Ratcliffe's able to deceive him and clear the ball. Badunas tries to drive it right. Ooh, and almost got through to Ferrazzo. And that's going to be a throw to Humber.
See, the Hawks are beginning to reap the benefits of having the wind at their back here in the second half.
It's Badunas. Headed off. Leal drives it, taking a deflection. That's going to be a corner kick. One thing I do notice, which may be an advantage, they seem to have quite a size advantage, the Humber Hawks. Yeah. There's some big guys that they've in their team that they've put on for the second half. Baldessari, 6'1". There's a lot of height there. And now they're going to try and get something here. There's a corner kick with Leal. That's a good drive to the far post. It's up. This ball's going to bounce to the top of the box. Ball goes back to Leal. Sends it up in the air. It's going to have to be dealt with. It's a good play there. Brings it down, Leal.
Ooh. Oh dear. Oh, that one's hanging. No. So both teams struggling in the wind today. That's blowing around 45K. The Hawks can't keep it down, and the Falcons can't get it out of their end.
1-1 here in this second game of the championships. If you were with us earlier, you would have seen the Ooks from Alberta beat the St. Thomas Tommies by 7-0, and the winners of this game will play the Ooks tomorrow afternoon, which promises to be an exciting game. Here's Ota, played the ball in. Here's Eke, who's been quiet this half.
Yeah.
You haven't really got him going, John, the danger man for Langara.
No, I think that was probably part of their talking points, although here he is now.
And he goes, oh, good tackle there by Medeiros, and he wins the goal kick.
Langara bench thought that might have been a foul.
Or at least a corner kick, maybe. Halfway through the second half, 23 minutes gone, 22 minutes left. We have a tie game here in Cornwall, Prince Edward Island, on the first day of the CCAA Men's Soccer Championships. Thank you all for tuning in. Ball's driven in by Leal, who's seen a lot of the ball in this second half. It's played in.
Falcons have had some really timely blocks. They've charged down a lot of attempts by the Hawks and been able to snuff out a couple of opportunities. Just when you thought they'd get a shot on net, the Falcons' back line was able to block a lot of those.
That's a good ball looking for Hoylett. Leal at the shot this time. This time he does strike it well. I think number 10 there for Humber, John Federico Leal, has probably had more touches of the ball than anybody else this afternoon.
Yeah, he's been a key for them in the midfield.
Oh, and now we've got another foul. Oh, and Miller's in trouble, is he? Or did he? No, I think he's
he was
okay.
the one.
He was the one who was fouled.
Yeah.
Yeah, by Ferrazzo.
Ferrazzo a little late there getting to the ball. Got more of Miller than he did of the ball, and ended up hurting himself.
Yeah, he was actually so late. I'd actually turned away and was following the flight of the ball, and we heard the cry. That's why I saw Miller go down, and he's the last player that the Falcons could afford to lose, but he's okay. It's definitely Ferrazzo that's got the worst of this.
Yeah, Miller's been leading the line there at the back, number 9, for the Falcons today.
And looks like, is it cramp maybe already?
They've had, this is a new field, a little bit on the soft side maybe, I don't know. But I would say that the Falcons have gotten 100% effort from all their team today. There hasn't been, you know, any real standout. They've all kind of really pitched in, haven't they, Nick?
Yep.
They've had their shoulder to the wheel, and they've matched Humber pretty well all the way.
No, I think you're right there, John. Apart from Eke, they don't seem to have that sort of maybe that one key individual that might be able to unlock the defense. But in terms of their work rate and their effort and their overall commitment to this game, I think they've put a really good effort in, and they're definitely still in this game, tied at 1-1, and they have a free kick now.
It's a dangerous counter-attacking situation here. If the Hawks get the ball, look how far committed the Falcons are here. If Hawks get a quick cut the ball out here, they could really counter quickly.
Taken by Ratcliffe. Green's up with the header. Here's Leal again. Nice play there.
There it is.
That ball's played forward. Oh, is that a handball? No. Just played in by Baez. Nice movement again.
Whoa.
That's Leal again there, and Monk was quickly off his line.
You can see him sizing that up. Monk is quickly out there to gather that one in. He hasn't been quite as busy as he was earlier in the game.
It's going to be a throw to the Falcons.
Langara bench calling for a free kick, claiming it was a handball by Green there. Green's put in a real good shift for Humber today as well.
He's been excellent, I think, the fullback here. He is on the ball. Bit of a loose pass, though. Hoyland's going to have to work hard to make something of that, and he does. Looks for Leal. Well intercepted again there by Miller.
Ooh.
He goes down. Fouled by Baez, number 22.
Miller just a little bit too quick for him. And he got beat, and they had to bring him down, Baez. Ball, of course, has to be standing still before you can kick it.
Not easy in these conditions. Goes forward to Tillotson. Eke gets one in the back from Green, but he comes away with the ball. Green does well though, recovers hard. Puts the ball still dancing around there. Oh, and this has got down this time. They look pleading at the referee. Does
Eke went down a little too easily there.
Yeah, I think there didn't seem to be too many complaints from the Falcons. But they need to get him on the ball there, John. He's the one that's going to cause the problems for the Humber back line.
He's scary when he's got the ball. He's quick, he's tricky.
Named the Canadian College Athletic Association Rookie of the Year at the banquet last night.
Yeah, he's got a whole career ahead of him. Nice takedown there.
Bit of a giveaway though. Played forward by Medeiros. That diagonal ball seems to be the one that's working for the Hawks. Sveyun to Leal. Good ball there. Hoylett. Played inside. Oh, and Baldassari's managed to keep it in, has he? No. Assistant referee's flag on this near side went up. And that's going to be a goal kick.
You'd have to think now,
the
Nick,
Falcons.
that the Hawks are going to be pitching the ball to Hoylett pretty well all the next 20 minutes or so. See if they can get him back in the box and do some of that dribbling and difficult play that he's been showing us here in the game today.
Falcons haven't made a change yet, John. They're staying with the same team that they started the game with. There might be some tired legs soon.
Yeah.
Ball goes wide. That's asking a lot this time of Tillotson.
Yeah, it's a good idea, but they saw Tillotson do that run.
Miller came across. High boot there by Ferrazzo.
Yeah.
One of those players right now who's on a yellow card.
He's got to watch himself. They might be better playing the ball across the field here in this wind rather than just kind of pound it into the top of the box. I think a short ball would probably be better than Ferrazzo struggling. He's had a little bit of a foot injury. It looks like he's going off.
Yeah.
He is. He's going to be substituted.
So Humber are going to make yet another change. This time it's going to be the number 2, Jamie Scott, that's coming in. 4th-year player from Grand Valley, Ontario. So Jamie Scott is in.
Humber into the game, number 2, Jamie Scott.
Grand Valley, a little southwest of Toronto.
Glad you're here with me this afternoon, John. You know your geography of these areas. It's going to be a goal kick.
So the time is ticking away here. It's the second half has gone very quickly. We've only got about maybe
15 minutes.
15 minutes to go.
Game is nicely poised. In fact, I think since the goal, since they scored, Humber, I think Langara have played their way back into it again.
They have.
I would have thought the Hawks would have really carried on pushing on the front foot, but right now it's anybody's game. Miller recovers. Oh, he's fouled by Scott. His first action is to give a free kick away.
Miller, he's been battling today. He's been terrific. Looks like he's got a bit of an ankle. He's pulling up his socks. Both teams are going to have to pull up their socks to get a win here in the dying minutes, Nick.
You're absolutely right, John. Ball goes down, and once again the wind takes that out of play.
Nice turn there.
Baez. Back to Fayyoun.
Good pressure here from the Falcons.
Badunas headed on. That's asking too much of Scott. He's not going to be able to get there for that.
So the Hawks have the wind at their back, and the sun is in the eyes of the Falcons here as they defend.
Ball gets played down. Headed on. There's Leal.
Nice chest down there. But again, that Miller, as he's been today, he's been terrific.
Here's Ota under pressure from Badunas, and he's been good too. John, the Japanese midfielder for Langara, has been excellent there. Number 5, Takumi Ota. Here's Hoylett.
Yeah, that's strategy number 1. Get the ball to Hoylett.
It goes backwards. It's well cleared. That's going to be a throw in on the far side. Hoylett.
He's been a handful.
Leal. Good challenge. It's Fisk. Hempel. Trying to find some room.
They've been good on the ball, the Falcons today.
Nice turn there. It's Badunas. He's going to get it back. No, it's going to go wide. Good challenge there. Leal. And we've got players down, and the referee Blanchette blows his whistle.
Might be a head injury.
I think that's why he stopped the game. So we've got 2 players down right now for the Falcons. So we said just a few moments ago they've gone through this game so far without making a change. I'll be surprised if we don't see some action soon on their bench.
Just a reminder that if the game does end at 1-1, we go straight to penalties. In the early round in this tournament, straight to penalties, no extra time, no overtime, no 15-minute halves, no 30-minute extension of the game. Sudden death. Looks like where we're hitting. So it's been back and forth. This injury will give us a chance, Nick, to talk a little bit about the tournament. We got another game coming up after this one. Host Holland College Hurricanes in action against the Quebec champion Les Indiennes Hunzik. And a much anticipated game here on Prince Edward Island for the Holland College Hurricanes hosted the tournament.
Certainly is, and the only game today that's actually got the champions from two conferences playing each other. All the other games so far have had the wild card against a champion.
And then we'll have the Sheridan game against Capilano Blues following that late this afternoon.
That's right. Sheridan was runners-up in the Ontario Conference. Capilano, the Pac West champions, always headed across here. It's a chance for Scott if he can get on the end of it, which he does.
Don't want to be making a foul here.
He doesn't. Well done by Baez. Scott's in an offside position right now. Baez hits it across, right-footed. It's cleared. Looking for Eke as the wind seems to go up even more. Holding on to our notes here in the broadcast booth. I think our binders are going to be flying across the field in a few minutes, John, unless we keep a tight hold. Here's Scott. Balls down the line to Leal. Miller again is there, comes across.
Wasn't tricked by that.
Just as he's been there all afternoon for the Falcons. Here's Baez, back to Leal. Leal left-footed. Oh, that's got some questions. That's so awkward, and goalkeeper actually did well. He had to see where that was going to bend.
You have to watch that one. I think Baez has added a little bit of spice to the Humber attack here since he came on there about 10 minutes ago, Nick. Number 22 for the Humber Hawks.
Mullen on the far side, battling for the Hawks, and he wins the free kick. So another opportunity for the Hawks to play the ball in. They said they go short. Now Hoylett's got some space to run. This is where he's done his danger this afternoon. Cuts in on his right foot. Now this time though it's overhit.
He was aiming that way. His body was shaped that way, and that was where the ball was going to go. And that's the first real kind of slack piece of play we've seen from Hollett today. He's been on the mark most of the game.
Won both penalties for his team. Took the first one and had it saved by Monk. But won the second, and Leal put the ball easily into the corner. And that's why we're tied at 1-1 as we come up to just 8 minutes left. Are we going to get a winner in regulation? Green goes down. Picked up by Fisk. Yes, he is. Ball gets played in. Now there's an opportunity. If the ball can get away, no. Guedes couldn't really get the shot away.
Fisk
under pressure.
Fisk put that one in the danger area in a second there. It was terrific. Been back and forth here in the dying minutes of the second half.
Let it down. It's Baez. Oh, that's not too much of Scott there. He overhit that pass, and that's gone out for a throw-in.
They're pressing a bit, the Hawks. They could maybe just relax a little bit more.
This time Tillotson couldn't keep it in, and it's going to be a throw into Humber. There's Green. There's Baez. Back to Medeiros. Looking for some options ahead of him. Lifts his head. Doesn't really get the radar right on that one. That was another one you can put down to the wind. That's a lot of Mullen, and he played it down the line to Leal, who rather falls over the ball a bit. And that's going to be a throw into Langara. Game tied, 1 each here on the first day of the National Championships. Once again, thank you very much to everybody that's joining in. We're hoping you're enjoying the broadcast as much as we're enjoying this game. And wherever you're tuning in from, whether it's Vancouver, from Etobicoke, or anywhere else, we hope you're enjoying our coverage. And there's an opportunity now. Humber going to get something going. It's in on the right side. It's a
Oh!
good effort. We saw it late there, Monk. It was good play there by the substitute Baldassare. And Monk, he had a good sighter of it, and he got across and turned it around for a corner kick.
But again, Nick, as you were saying, the ball swirling, and it's really adding to the difficulty of goalkeepers reading these shots.
Not easy conditions at all for a goalkeeper today, and I think you've got to give credit to both goalkeepers, Monk and Singh, for the good performances that they've put in. They haven't been tricked by the bad conditions. Leal drives. That's a good corner driven across. It's gone to the right-hand side. Ball comes in. It's driven, but it's wide. Badunas it was with the shot there on the far side.
Might have done better with that one. But there was quite a bit of a crowd there to get that through.
Tried to go near post, but in the end it just sailed wide, and it's a goal kick which Monk takes. Right-footed, good distance against the wind.
Yeah.
Green with the header, flicked on by Scott. There's Leal. Guedes. Green clears. Here's Miller. Just waits for it to bounce. Baldassare comes across. Hempel. They're delayed on that a little bit, and Medeiros stepped in. Leal. Once again, it's Miller that comes across. I don't think Miller's missed a ball all afternoon there, John. I think he's won everything that's come to him.
He's been sensational. Good in the air, good tackler, gets the ball forward.
There he is again. Once again, he's the one who clears the ball. Played in Badunas, and Monk watches it. On the far side. It's going to be a throw in, or it's going to be a free kick. Referee Blanchette blows his whistle, and it's a throw to Langara.
You mean which would be better for?
I think so.
There's an opportunity.
Oh,
what a save!
Across there, Fisk. It was Fisk there that had the shot.
Fisk is an example of the kind of play the Falcons have got today. Their team has just really competed well here today, and they've got a really good performance from everybody, right through the whole lineup. Fisk with that.
Baez plays the ball in. Sorry, John. There's Hoylett there. Branson on his left. Now here's an opportunity. So what's going to happen here? Ball comes across. It's Hoylett. Oh, and it hit the defender.
Wow, key block there.
It was a key block. They let Fisk go on the top of the area. They let Hoylett go on the top of the area there.
Yeah, assignment number one is keep control of Hoylett because
that's right.
He's the man.
Yeah, but it was a good block, but it is going to be another corner, and you can see there the way the flag's bending in this wind, just what it's like right now. This, to get this right, this could cause some problems. Leal again. Driven across low, trying to check everybody. Here's Eke. Just happy to clear the ball. It's Green. Cleared, headed in by Medeiros, and that goes out. So we're coming up to the 90-minute mark. We'll get a note from the fourth official in a couple of minutes, and we're going to see another change on the. As we're going to see a couple of changes from Langara. Maybe the penalty takers, John, I reckon.
Yeah, that's probably what they're doing. They're lining up who they wanted to take the penalties.
We're going to make 3 changes in just a moment. Green throws it in. Here's Badunas. Back to Green. Oh, nice play there by the fullback. Baez gets played back. Here's Leal. Up to Mullin.
Forced back there.
It's got a lot of Badunas. Temple came across. So you have to be quickly across there. Last couple of minutes, it's certainly Humber that are asking the questions. And here's the danger man, Hoylett. Got two players around him. He's having to go back. Good defending by Langara. Forcing Humber all the way back here. Going to play the ball forward. Once again, it's that diagonal. This time I think it's even asking too much of Hoylett. He's under battle there. No, he's still in. Battling with Asha Kumar.
Trying to prize that one free. Going to see our changes now.
Asha Kumar's gone down on the far side. We are going to see some changes. So into the game for Langara. Number 8 is Jonah Pang. Number 24 is Sivan Prasad. And it looks like it's going to be also number 19, Mateo Rebecca is coming into the game.
So these are probably the Falcons' penalty shot takers.
You've got to think.
But you wonder, though, do they want to be taking out these the starting 11, Nick, who have been solid, top solid play by them today.
Matthias Guedes is one of the substitutes, one of those that has been substituted. I think it's Singh that's down on the far side, whether he's going to continue.
Also into the game, number 19.
Was it Asha Kumar, possibly? It looks like it's Singh that's sort of hobbling over to the sideline. Doesn't seem to be in any great rush to leave.
He's got a bit of a right leg problem.
So into the game comes number 8 Jonah Pang and number 24 Sivan Prasad. But they've got some defending to do first of all. It's always a risky thing making a substitution right when you're defending a corner or a throw right in your own area. I never like to see it.
Especially when these are the guys who have carried you this far.
And the ball gets thrown in. And it was one of those, it was Pang that made the clearance. Ball gets played forward.
Nice chest down.
Can't do too much with it, and the Hawks will try and get something going again if they can. Here's Badunas. Left-footed, driven in. Sare couldn't get any direction on it. Oh, and Monk there tries to do a trick on Scott. And just decides wisely to pick it up and clear the ball. Still didn't see a sign even from the fourth official on the board, so I've no idea how long there is actually to go there. John, did you see anything as players go down in the penalty area?
We've got a couple of minutes to go. Regulation time. The ball has been down in the Falcons end most of the last few minutes here in the second half, and there's more of it now.
It has. Oh, this could be dangerous if you get to.
Good idea.
Not sure whether Leo really meant that or whether it just sort of caught the wind a little bit, but that certainly could have embarrassed Monk if the direction was slightly straighter.
So coming up after this one, not that there's anything wrong with this one right now, but coming up after this one, we have the Humber College Hurricanes playing in action against Les Indiens de Hunzic from Quebec, the Quebec champions. Game 3 of our 4-game series of quarterfinals today.
Ball gets played forward. Oh, well, Tillotson let it go over his head. Scotts comes across. So what's he going to do? He can't do anything. Tillotson recovers. But it's going to be another corner. Is it not? No, the final whistle has gone. The final whistle has gone. Tied at 1 each.
And penalty kicks are coming up. So this will give us a chance, Nick, to talk a little bit about the tournament. This is game 2 of our 4 games here today. And as both teams walk off and get themselves ready for the penalty shootout, we have game 3 coming up. Game 4 will feature the Pac West champion Capilano Blues against the number 2 runner-up team from Ontario, the Sheridan Bruins, the Southern Ontario team down the Oakville area, I believe. And I guess there isn't a whole lot of strategy in penalty kicks, is there, Nick? You just get it in the net. I guess that's the idea. And that's probably what they're talking about here now. Who's going to take the penalty kicks? And I guess they're going to give them probably give them a minute or two here just to kind of pull themselves together and before they go to the penalties. The referee Jeremy Blachette is getting them to send out their penalty takers.
It's a tough way to decide a game that's been as good and as competitive as this one.
The referee below is Jeremy Blachette is discussing the situation with both. He's going to decide who is going to take the first one. Always a factor. Nick, do you want to take the first one or do you want to have the last penalty?
Oh, I think going first is always the best way, is it not?
Yeah. Well, you know, I don't know. It's nervy either way. If you're first up or last up, you're kind of like when you're last up, you've always got the chance to kind of tie things up. You know.
That's right. There's always a chance of redemption. If you miss, you're hoping your goalkeeper can pull you out of the mire. But if you're the last one and you're the one that's on the hook,
I think they're going to the goal at our right. I think they're going to be taking the penalties at the goal at our right, and we'll see how this unfolds. So the Falcons already out there. They're ready to send their guys in.
So they'll have the wind at their back.
Yeah.
So if they strike it well, then it should certainly travel. So heroes and villains, that's what penalty shootouts always give us, John. Who's it going to be? Heroes can only usually be the goalkeepers.
Or the GOAT, you know, if you miss one. And the nice thing about that is there's always someone up next after you who can maybe improve things.
And just to remind everybody as well that the winners do go on to the semi-finals tomorrow, but even if you lose, there's still the bronze medal that's still on the table. It's a good format.
It's
this
a nice
tournament.
setup. I was just going to say it's a nice way to do it.
It's a good tournament. It's very well thought out. It's well done. That even if you are a loser on the first day, then you can still go home. A couple of wins in the next couple of days can put you in that bronze medal game and a chance of a medal at the end. So.
And often, Nick, too, a team that may lose in the opening round is probably a lot better, you know, and once it gets into the next round, will show that the quality that it has as a team.
Well, it's going to be Langara, and I think our player of the game, John, number 9, James Miller, is going to be the one to take the first penalty. So it's Miller against Singh. Oh, and he hits the crossbar. Miller hits the crossbar. And we said before, well, during the game, he hadn't put a foot wrong. And it seemed to see, I think, what the player of the game
that was
put
right
one
there.
off the crossbar. But here's probably, I think, the player of the game too for Humber College, the number 10, Federico Leal.
The wind may have played a factor in that. The wind is gusting. It could have just lifted that one. Miller, maybe that's a warning sign to these players to take that wind into account on these penalties.
Leal went bottom right to him. You're in regulation. What's he going to do this time?
Oh, what a great save by Monk.
Well, I'm not sure. It was a good save, but I'm not sure he really hit it too well. Whether he was trying to, whether it was a miss hit or whether he was just trying to deke the goalkeeper. But he certainly didn't strike it as well as he struck the other one. This time, goalkeeper Monk went across. So maybe nerves are playing a part in this shootout.
Is this Tillotson? I think it is.
Is it Tillotson? I think it might be Ratcliffe.
It is, yeah.
Number 2, the captain, Joey Ratcliffe, 4th-year player from Burnaby, BC.
He makes no mistake.
Nice penalty.
That's what Leal was trying to do, I think, Nick, is slide it in the corner, and it didn't come off for him.
You're in the camera shot.
Apologies there. We're just being told that
We're
we may
blocking
be
things.
blocking the view, so hopefully we're all good now. And here's the substitute for Humber. It's going to be number 14, Julian Mullin. Oh, and Monk has
another
saved
save!
again. Monk again is down and saved the penalty. His third one of the afternoon.
Wow. I mean, we talked at the opening about Monk showing his goalkeeping ability in the tournament, the Pac West tournament, and he just continues that action here today in Cornwall. Prince Edward Magnificent.
Still level. So Langara have missed 2.
One off the bar by Miller, the first one of the day.
So Green has a chance. This will tie it up.
This is penalty number 3, isn't it, Nick? Yep.
Yes, it is.
Green has had a terrific game here today at right back. He's been solid. Couldn't ask for more from him today. Oh, yeah. And,
nice penalty.
No problem putting that one home. So after 3 penalties each, it's 1-1. If we've got our arithmetic right there, Nick, I think we do. Is this Eke? Yeah.
Manuel Eke is the next shooter.
He's got speed and guile. We don't know how he is on penalties, though. He's a nifty player.
So is Eke.
Oh, off
hit
the bar.
Post. Goalkeeper Singh rather gives his goalpost a pat there.
Man. Again, he hit that one too sweet, and I think the wind carried that one. I know it's only 12 yards, but I think the wind is playing a big factor in this penalty shootout.
Michael Fahoon.
The wind is right at their back, blowing around 45 gusting. Fahoon's been good too. He's had a good run here for the Hawks.
Nice penalty.
Kind of trick Monk on that one. And now
the Falcons need to score.
Falcons are at the point where they've got to put it in.
It's going to be.
I'm just trying to. Is that
Tillotson now?
It's
It's going to
Tillotson
come
now
forward and
coming,
take this
yep.
penalty. This is Tillotson.
Pressure is on. That's that pressure we were talking about a couple of minutes ago, Nick. The pressure of penalty shootout and being the guy who has to score or it's over.
Here is Tillotson.
Yeah.
Calmly done.
Yeah.
Calmly done.
That's 5 each now. 4.
Luca Baldassari with the final penalty for Humber.
They score here, it's over. Am I right? No.
Oh,
he's got off the post. Man, oh man.
That was the chance. So the pressure's got to some of these penalty takers here this afternoon.
Yeah, plus the wind.
The wind and all kinds. Baldassari, I think he thought he'd done it, but skipped the outside of the post. And here's Hempel. Colin Hempel.
They're steady in the midfield today for the Falcons. Put in a good effort. Oh, off the ball.
Another one that's hit the post. Another one. So how many's that has hit the
That's 3 or 4
3
already.
or 4 at least.
Yep.
So a chance once again.
This is Baez, I think, coming up to take this one.
Alex Baez.
Came on as a substitute in the second half and played well.
Chance to be the hero for the Hawks. And he saved it again!
Another save!
Mr. Monk! Oh my goodness! Oh my goodness! Well,
Sensational. Sensational. What a finish to a terrific game, Nick. The tension, the suspense.
It's like nobody wants to win it. It's like it's there for both teams, and it just can't. Neither team can finish the job.
They don't want it to end.
Well, maybe we're having so much fun. Here's one of those substitutes there that came on right at the death. This is what he came on for. It's Jonah Pang.
Yeah, he's the specialist, the penalty kick taker. So we're expecting the best from him.
Ooh,
that one just went in. Keeper Singh got a mid on it.
Ooh, that was almost
tantalizing.
Now then, Mr. Hoylett, who missed one already in regulation.
Yeah.
Surely he can't miss two.
Let's see what he does here. He went low to the right-hand side in the first one he took. So he's thinking maybe the goalkeeper expects that, so I'll go to the other side this time. Low to the goalkeeper's left, maybe. Oh, the keeper's got a mid on that one. That was almost like an instant replay.
Oh dear.
Monk got a mid on that one.
I lost score. I think it's 4-4. Not that it really matters at this moment because we're in sudden death.
Yeah.
And everything that Langara do is matched by the Humber College Hawks. Another one of those substitutes that came on. It's Sivan Prasad.
Not much of a run up there. Oh, the keeper saves that one.
So now we're up again. He didn't really strike it too cleanly, John. He didn't look too confident.
Gave the keeper a chance to get down and put a minute on it.
Well, that's a tough, it's a lonely walk back there for the number 24 Prasad. I'm sure he'll be consoled by his teammates. But here's Badunas. Stavros Badunas, second year from Brampton. Surely Monk can't save them again. There it is.
It's over.
There it is. This time, Monk couldn't keep that out. No. What a finish. What a finish. The Hawks celebrate to our right. The Falcons trudge towards their coach.
But live to play another day.
They do tomorrow. Absolutely, but what a great game, John.
Yeah, an exciting finish. You couldn't ask for more, Nick. Good competition, stiff battle, good tackling, terrific penalties.
But that was a fright that the Hawks received there, there's no question.
Yeah.
They received a fright.
I don't think they expected that kind of battle from Langara. So the Humber Hawks move into the next round in the chase for a gold medal here in Cornwall, Prince Edward Island at the National Championships. And we have Game 3 coming up here momentarily between the Hurricanes of Holland College, Charlottetown, playing l'Indien d'Unzik from Montreal, the Quebec champions. So Nick and I thank you for joining us, and we'll be back with Game 3 shortly.